Well, I am so excited about what I am about to tell you. And what I'm about to tell you is that I'm not speaking today. What? It's true. It's true. It's true. But you have a treat in store for you, as I do, because I've heard it already, so I know. I am so, proud. I'm proud of you all. I'm just a proud mother today. So I'm very proud to introduce our guest speaker this morning, who is someone I've known for the past 17 years. This community has helped her blossom into the beautiful light that she is. She is an inspirational singer, an inspirational songwriter, an inspirational speaker, and an inspirational dreamer. And you all know her. Her name is Cerise Patron.
Reality is not that you are weak and dream of becoming strong. It is not that you are poor and dream of becoming rich. It is not that you are alone and dream of becoming connected. You are already strong. You are already rich. You are already connected. And yet at times you dream that you are not. That is my favorite Notes from the Universe from the Mike Dooley. And I thought it fit beautifully with what we were going to talk about today, which is oneness and this power that we talk so much about in religious science, but sometimes the practical application of which eludes us. So as you can see, I am stepping out into new ways. I used to preach years and years ago in the Pentecostal church. Very different, planning a talk for a religious science church. I used to speak in tongues and lay hands on the sick and cast out demons. I'm not going to cast out any demons today. Don't worry. You're safe. But I am going to be talking about casting away the darkness to reveal the light of God, the light of oneness that we are. Because we are. We know that, and we talk about it. So today is time for us to step into that. Are you ready? Yeah. I saw a movie recently. It was a superhero movie, action-adventure, very surface stuff, right? But you can always get something. And there was this line at the end of the movie, and it resonated with my soul. And the person said at the end, "They say that darkness is the absence of light, but it isn't. Darkness is the conviction, deeply held belief, the conviction that the light will never return, but the light always returns." And I thought how powerful that is for me when I heard it, and for us as a community, for us in the world, right? Because darkness is the fear. It's the fear and the conviction that we are separated and we won't get that connection back. That it's gone, that it's permanent somehow. So how many of us, you don't have to raise your hands, I certainly won't, but how many of us are living our lives the majority of the time outside of this church, I have to add, deeply and powerfully connected to the oneness that is our divine nature and experiencing life from that place? Yeah, some of us are really getting there. I can tell you that I was at 2% 17 years ago, and now I'm, I don't know what percent yet, but I'm getting there. Right? But we're getting there. And I think there's more for us to do, and there's further for us to go. So today we are going to have an experience of oneness. We are going to delve deeper than we have ever dived before into that. We talk about and we pray to a higher power, this power as if it's somewhere out there. And we do, in our spiritual mind treatments, we talk about the unification in our second step. We go back and we say there is one power, and we are connected to that power. But there's some of us who came from religions where we were taught that that power is not you. And you can be a part of it, you can be a spark of it, you could be a little piece of it, but you are little. And that somehow even carries over, I've seen, into religious science, into New Thought. God is here, and God is all-powerful. God is big. Big God. Little me. Thank you for the music. Big God. Oh, but I don't know how I'm going to pay my bills this month. Big God. But I don't know if I'm going to make it in this relationship. I don't know if we're connected. I don't know what to do next. I don't know if my dreams might be too big for me. They aren't. So there's this beautiful saying that we say in New Thought, and I'm going to read it so I don't mess it up, because, that would be a thing. We say, we are not human beings having a spiritual experience. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. But I want to take that a step further, because I need to tweak it a bit. I learned from the best. We are not human beings having a spiritual experience. And we are not spiritual beings having a human experience. We are a divine, powerful, spiritual force of love, having multiple life experiences simultaneously. I'm going to say it one more time. We are a powerful spiritual force for love, having multiple human experiences simultaneously. There is only one of us. And life happens, right? We're here at church and we get this great message, and Point of Light sings, so you're just on and you're ready to go. And we get out and we're like, we can move mountains. We can do this, and all of my dreams are ready to come true. And then someone cuts us off in traffic and I'm like, ugh, do you know who I am? Do you have any idea who you're cutting off right now? Right? Sometimes when we get back into life, it's easy to forget. And there's a secret. The more you do it, and the more you feel it, and the more you practice it, and the more you center yourself, and the more you go there, the easier it is to get back there. I had this beautiful, beautiful experience a couple of weeks ago at a women's retreat. And I'm going to share it with you, because it's probably the most profound thing that's ever happened to me. We were doing an exercise that's kind of like angel whispers. So I was able to go down into sort of a semi-meditative state and hear beautiful things coming to me from the other retreat members. And really let my subconscious accept them and hold them. Right? And so they started, and there were things like, you are beautiful just the way that you are, and you are loved. And my subconscious went, okay, I can accept that. It was not jumping up and down for joy, but it accepted it. That was good. And then someone said, you are wanted. You are loved, and I am so grateful that you were born. And a little tiny voice, this little girl, probably me when I was 5 or 6, this little voice spoke up. and said, "Oh, no, 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 no. You were not planned. You were not a planned pregnancy. You were an accident. Your life is a fluke. You weren't supposed to be here. And no one on this planet is grateful that you were born." And my next thought was, holy heck, what are you doing in there? 17 years in religious science, I didn't know that belief was still there. I didn't know it still existed. I've been telling myself how important my work here. I get up on stage and I stand to sing or to speak, and I'm terrified, but I do it anyway because I learned how to feel the fear and do it anyway, but not once did I feel worthy. Because this little lingering belief had created the foundation of a wall that built up with bricks on top of that belief that were holding me back from my oneness, from my truth. And so I had this beautiful opportunity to go back and to process the experience and to sit in the hotel room. And I felt the wall crashing down, because without that foundational brick, the wall couldn't stand. And here is what I told that little girl. And I'm going to tell you, because it is as true for you as it is for me. It is true now, it was true yesterday, and it will be true tomorrow. And this is what I told her. That belief is absolutely a lie. In fact, the exact opposite of that is true. No matter what your parents planned for their lives, no matter what their parents planned for their children's lives, no matter what religion you grew up, no matter what your house was like, no matter how many siblings you had, no matter how much money you had, no matter the circumstances of the world, God needs you here right now, and it made sure you got here. We are here to live our dreams and to find our passion, to connect to the oneness and the power that we are. And as I sat there in that experience, after talking to the little girl and telling her this beautiful realization that I had, I realized that I had seen the wall coming down and love pouring to me. Pouring in like a tsunami. I felt loved and I felt worthy for the first time. And after sitting with it for a little while, I realized that wasn't 100% accurate. That wall was not blocking me from my good. That wall was blocking the power of God from flowing up through me and out into the world. And that is where the connection happens with our oneness. By not letting that light sit covered by bricks of beliefs that have held us back for years, but tearing that wall down and letting all of our light shine. So last week I had an opportunity to put this into practice, to really sit with that. I was getting ready to sing, and I sat and I had this divine download. So I'm going to share it with you, and I'm going to say it a couple of times. Spirit within me. Spirit that is me. Breathe me, speak me, sing me, live me. Every wall that I have ever built to hold you back, I now tear down and set you free. Spirit within me, spirit that is me, breathe me. Speak me, live me, love me, bless me, be me. every wall that I have ever built to hold you back, I now tear down and I set you free. And when we can live from that power, that light shining up through us, that is the power and the energy of God that is yearning to be released. God within you is yearning to be let free, to shine light into a world of darkness. And right now, the world needs you. The world needs me, not hiding behind a wall of fear and separation and doubt and anger, holding on to bricks that we should have let go of years ago, but we didn't know they existed. What we sometimes forget to remember is that starting with stardust and explosions and the Big Bang, through millions of years of evolution of life on this planet, every moment, every molecule, every cell, through everything your ancestors lived through everything my grandparents sacrificed and experienced, through everything our parents did, through every moment of life you have lived here as you. Every pain, every tear, every sadness, every loss, and every win. The universe has been moving to make sure you got here to this moment, to this place, so that you could find your passion and your purpose and stand in the oneness of who we are, so that you can step into your power and step into your badass self, so that we can tear down that wall and move mountains. We are here to move mountains. There's a beautiful quote by Rumi that sums this up so beautifully. She says, "Why do we struggle?" He says, I looked at Heather and she's a she. He says, "Why struggle to open a door when the whole wall is just an illusion?" Why are we struggling to open a door between us, to connect to each other, when there isn't a wall except the one that we have in our own mind? Your playing small doesn't serve the world. It certainly doesn't create the life of our dreams, and it certainly doesn't change the world. The true measure of your life is only made great or small based on what field you are playing in. Are you ready to play in the big leagues? Yeah. Let's do it. Let's pray. So right now we are going to go down underneath everything that we see ourselves as, that we think we are, down below everything that we have experienced in this lifetime and everything we have been told by others that we must be, down to the deepest part of our soul where there is only light. And in that power and energy, that one voice, that one life, that one mind, we know that we have a direct connection at all times to the fullness of God, to the power of God. And as we take our personal connection to that level, it fills us and heals our physical bodies. It eases our fears and our worries. We feel that power rising up and love overflowing, pouring into the person next to us. This room fills with love, and as it does, it flows out into the streets and fills up each person there, flowing into homes and businesses and restaurants, into the whole city. It flows from there to fill the state and the country and the seas and the planet and even into the universe. The unlimited love fills the universe, and there is enough right here to heal all, to light all darkness. We are connected with that power now and always. And there is unspeakable gratitude for this truth. And the powerful ability right here to feel it, to know it, and to live from it. And on this truth we stand. And we let it be done, releasing the illusion and stepping into the knowing. Spirit within me. Spirit that is me. Breathe me. Speak me. Move me. Live me. Every wall that I have ever built to hold you back, I now tear down and I set you free. I set you free. And so it is.